The sinking of the RMS Titanic is one of the most infamous disasters in history. But did you know that on the very night the ship struck the iceberg, a major lifeboat drill had been scheduled and then canceled? This small decision might have had a huge impact on that fateful night. April 14th, 1912, started out like any other day on the Titanic. The ship was halfway through its journey across the Atlantic, and the crew had planned a lifeboat drill for that Sunday morning. Passengers and crew would practice evacuating the ship in case of an emergency, a routine safety measure. But for reasons that remain unclear, Captain Edward Smith decided to cancel the drill. Perhaps he felt that everything was running smoothly, or maybe he wanted to avoid alarming the passengers. Whatever the reason, the lifeboats remained unused, hanging quietly in their davits. That night at 11:40 p.m., the unthinkable happened. The Titanic struck an iceberg, and within hours, the unsinkable ship was doomed. As water flooded the lower decks, the crew scrambled to launch the lifeboats, but the lack of preparation became tragically evident. With over 2,200 people on board, the Titanic only had enough lifeboats for about half that number. And because the lifeboat drill had been canceled, many passengers and crew were unfamiliar with the evacuation procedures. Lifeboats were launched partially filled, and valuable time was lost. In the end, more than 1,500 people lost their lives in the icy waters of the North Atlantic. The canceled lifeboat drill remains one of the many what-ifs of the Titanic disaster, a haunting reminder of how small decisions can have enormous consequences. The Titanic disaster led to sweeping changes in maritime safety regulations, including mandatory lifeboat drills and sufficient lifeboat capacity for all passengers. While we can't change the past, we can learn from it. If you found this story thought-provoking, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into history's most compelling events.